Hello, the internet. Good evening, and welcome to Those Video Guys. My name is John. Oh, I've messed that up already. My name is John. This is Sean. This is my friend Elazar, and together we are
Those Video Guys.
And it is a pleasure to see you. We've got a fantastic show for you this week. We are looking at 3 very special video game series plus a Bitly's top 5. And the theme of the show, we've got a theme.
Video games.
It's video games.
Video games.
Those video games review those.
Especially for all those Sony PlayStation players who can't get online at the moment.
Ah, indeed. Maybe you'd better explain that joke quickly.
Oh, just that Sony got hacked and they've had to shut down their online. Over 100 million user accounts have been hacked into, including
That's
mine.
a lot.
And that's got people's credit card details.
Credit card details, names, address, password, playing habits.
I suppose the good thing about 100 million being is that
the
chances of them actually cloning your card is quite remote.
Yeah.
Whereas if they'd only taken like 20 cards, they're probably going to use those 20.
Yeah.
Good point.
And also of note, once again, this is our 3rd week coming to you across YouTube as well as Ustream.
We are on YouTube Live.
We're on YouTube Live, and please check it out, youtube.com/live. We're on the front page. Click on the Those Video Guys link. If you haven't done that already, I don't know how you'd be.
Live at the moment.
I don't know how you'd be watching us if you weren't. But we are back in the study as well.
Yes.
And check us out on Twitter.
We've got some reading to catch up on in between
watching
all these shows on the web.
Barry Aldridge says he hears that PSN, the PlayStation Network, is coming back online at 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh, thank God for
but
that.
But it ain't been confirmed. It hasn't been confirmed. Thank you, Barry. Barry, of course, joined us last week. We saw him very briefly on Those Video Guys, and then he helped you guys out for Talking Who. So, Barry, good to meet you last week, and glad that you're watching tonight. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Did you get to watch any Doctor Who?
I watched half an hour of the first episode.
Did you enjoy it?
I really did enjoy it, but then I gave up because I thought it was going to be an hour long, and I thought I can't really justify that. I didn't realise there was only about 10 minutes left.
That's right, there was only about 10 minutes left.
Yeah, I'd have stuck with it. If it's still on iPlayer, I might go and find out what happened. Although it was quite confusing, I have to say.
Huh.
But it was a lot of fun.
But we'll be talking about that episode.
Exactly. I don't want to steal your thunder. Did you guys check out any Alf clips at all?
I haven't checked out any Alf yet. I intend to.
We haven't had any emails saying please bring Talking Alf.
Really? Oh. Well, they must have got lost in the when the PlayStation got hacked. I assume that must be it.
Barry Aldridge is just in the chat room, says it was brilliant to do the Talking Who last week.
Good, and the Doctor Who is still on iPlayer, so
according
a double
to Doctor 740, yes.
Barry, it was brilliant to meet you, and like I say, we had a lot of fun.
So
too.
we've got a video game theme.
Video game special. A lot of our viewers, I assume, are video game players.
Yes.
Some of you probably grew up with video games as kids. Some of you maybe haven't played them for a long time. Some of you maybe still big fans to this day.
I grew up playing video games as a kid, and I never stopped.
You never stopped, Elazar.
I started. God, I remember ZX80s, and I was making my own little programs,
little
games.
Absolutely.
But I started out first with an Atari VCR, then a ZX81 with 16K RAM, then a BBC Micro, an Amiga, Super Nintendo, Sega Mega Drive, PlayStation, Nintendo 64, a Jaguar, if you ever heard of those.
A Neo Geo. Did he have a Neo?
I never had it.
Okay.
I always wanted a Neo Geo.
No one had a Neo Geo, I don't think.
You know, they look so cool, but at the moment I'm on a PlayStation 3.
Okay, I gave up at PlayStation 2, but I think I want to get back into it at some point. So maybe something tonight will push me one way or the other.
Okay,
what do you play about on Elazar?
I have a Wii and a PlayStation 3.
I also have a Wii, and it has gathered so much dust.
I was going to say the exact same thing. I forgot I have a Wii. Actually.
I tell you, I play Wii a lot because Mario Kart is just the best game that ever invented.
I think I probably need to get back on the Wii.
I play that on my Nintendo DS. Or 3DS now.
Good.
Okay, so
we've got 3 series.
What's our first series, Elazar? You tell us all.
You had a good look at this
one. We have a web series called TheGameRev.com.
The Game Rev.
And this is a series about a group of video game reviewers. And one of them has their nose put out of joint because they've got a new boss.
I see.
Someone who can actually outplay them and is a girl.
Uh-oh,
and the lads don't like it.
They don't like it.
So let's play the trailer for The Game Rev.
Yeah.
Game Rev.
Crap, I'm out.
Nice, Ryan. Now we're cooking with gas.
Throw a party yet. Our douchebags squad mates are dying off fast.
I heard that.
Tonight we dine in hell. Listen, I started this website on the wings of a dream. A dream that one day we would be able to expand this into the big time.
Yeah! This is big.
Oh my god!
So I'm gonna need an editor-in-chief to look after the magazine.
You're the only one who could get this promotion. You're cool, you're a monster gamer, and you've got charisma. Do you see anyone else with charisma? Let's make a magazine!
Yeah. This is gonna be awesome.
Come back, Bette Midler.
I'm sorry, what?
I can't believe I get to say this. The new editor-in-chief of GameRip.com magazine is Alex Hanlon.
You two, you can share the review. I have to edit anyway.
That's Alex.
When I hand you an ass whooping, like the little pussy boy you are, I expect you to take it like a man.
So there you go. What can you
Okay.
tell us about the show then, Alistair?
Well, I think the trailer's self-explanatory. It's a team of video game reviewers, and they're just not happy with the new boss. Until, of course, they see her, and they quite like her.
I
They
see.
quite like it
The
because
hormones kick in.
because the whole thing about video game geeks,
Now, there was two things.
stuck in their bedrooms, they don't have any girls to look
I
at.
found it very hard to relate to those characters, actually. The
There was actually-
dress sense, the glasses, bad hair, I didn't
There was
get that
two
at
things
all.
which actually struck me straight away about this show, and I thought straight away that the creators have been quite actually intelligent in tapping straight into a market that's already heavily on the web. And it made me think of Felicia Day's The Guild or something.
The opening scene of episode 1, I thought we actually were going to have another guild
Yes.
situation where the only people only talk on headphones.
Yeah, and
But-
it also reminded me a bit of Big Bang Theory. I mean, Geek is kind of, you look
Geek
at shows
chic.
like Shark or Big Bang Theory or internet shows like The Guild. Geek's very in at the moment. I thought this is a perfect target audience for people on the web. Also, the fact they do game reviews on it.
They actually do game reviews.
Proper game reviews,
Yes.
not
And
fictional ones.
And if you read any of the computer magazines, one thing they always bitch about is the fact that there are no proper computer game review programs, as opposed to it's just all magazines. There's no actual like film with Barry Norman.
Oh no, sure, yeah.
And so I found that kind of interesting as well. But this gives all computer game fans, it gives them a parody and a humorous show about them spoofing themselves, plus also they get their favourite games reviewed as well. What's going on. So I felt that having the reviews actually gave it a kind of like added credibility to the show, gave an extra layer to it.
Yeah, it reminded me. Well, it didn't remind me, but it reminds me of Digitizer. I don't know if you ever read that.
Yes, I
Teletext.
remember that. Yes,
but that was a sort of. I can't really explain Teletext to American people, but before we had the internet
like
in the old
newspaper
days,
on
the television,
on your television screen.
And they used to have video game reviews. But the guy who wrote it was also quite amusing, and he had his own sort of comic characters, and he'd put in little jokes here and there. And basically, video game enthusiasts are very loyal, and if you sort of pander to them or look after them, they'll be very loyal.
Actually,
and
another
enjoy
show
that
that reminded me was the IT crowd.
Yeah, to an extent.
They were kind of
actually very
similar
dynamic,
similar types of characters, dynamics indeed.
Yes.
So where can we find this show, Alyssa? Where is it?
It's
here. YouTube.com.
Cross-platform players.
Yeah,
cross-platform players.
Indeed, and cross-platform players is actually in the chat room right now, folks.
Are they? Oh, you can tell. Well, tell them we said hello. Well, no, hello. I am saying hello. Don't tell them anything. I'm saying hello to you. It's lovely to see you, and we enjoyed the show. How much did we enjoy the show? Well, we have some glasses in front of us.
Yes, well, it gets to. I mean, I like anything.
I really
geek.
enjoyed it. Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. But certainly, it was like my demographic of a show.
So we clink it, but maybe a few more, alpha male type characters required.
Not necessarily for a show like that.
No, absolutely. Hang on a second. Okay, show number 2 that we are looking at, Video Game Reunion. That is a show that I looked at, and that was a video game. Oh, you got a little pic there. We got a
We have
basically
a clip coming on.
Yeah, let me just explain it very quickly. Then it is a live action show set around a 25-year reunion for video game characters. But in this universe, the video game characters are real people and sort of treated like faded celebrities. Well, it's a lot of fun. It's hard to explain. Let's just.
And we have a trailer.
Yeah, let's have a look at that.
Go on with the
Hey, what's wrong with you?
Since when do you care?
Hey! I'm your mom. I care.
Are you high right now?
No. Are you holding? We are just moments away from the hotly anticipated video game reunion panel featuring your favorite actors from games of the 80s and early 90s.
I know I say it a lot, but your ex is a slut, man.
I've been kidnapping your dumbass for 20 years. Now, he's moved on. Your turn.
Holy shit. You guys used to have a thing, right?
Yeah, like 1,000 years ago.
Look, man, all I'm saying is you gotta get back in the game.
Hi.
Yes.
What?
I mean, to say hi.
Come on! Is there something you want to tell me?
About what?
What do you mean about what? Everybody knows! What is happening? Are you erect?
Always.
Oh, yeah!
Girl still gets me hard. Battletoads hard.
Oh, geez, she just flipped us off. Did you see that? Did you see? Oh, man, this is so going on Twitter. This weekend's gonna be awesome. Awesome. I'm gonna kill somebody!
So what I enjoyed about this show is that it's funny in its own right, but if you are a sort of video game geek, like we all are to our own extent, there's
of a certain age.
Of a certain age, and there's even more gags in there as well. You know, a normal person will find it funny, but a fan of video games will enjoy it even more.
I found it very funny, but the one thing that got me a bit, I'm just going to kind of like pick a plot here, pick a hole here. It's just the fact that it was very Nintendo centric. Yeah. It's about 8-bit computer game players. Yeah. But it was, you know, you wouldn't see characters coming out of, you know, the ZX Spectrum or of Mega. It was very much Nintendo.
And I think because of that, I mean, I didn't have a Nintendo in the 80s.
Yes.
Were you a Sega kid?
I was a Sega, you see. Well, so, yes, I knew who Mario was, and Luigi and Peaches. But there were characters I actually didn't know who they were referencing. I don't know who Metroid is.
You know, class. But you know, I was a bit like, where's Leisure Suit Larry?
Jet
Set Willy. You know, there was nobody from British computer games, nobody from Sega, nobody from the PC games at the time. It was all Nintendo games, and they're saying a reunion. But the funny thing is, these Nintendo characters never went away.
They're still going.
They're not like, you know, there's certain computer game characters which were big 20 years ago who have like disappeared since then, and there's a story there. But that's just me because it was very funny. I love the costumes.
Slutty Peaches.
I know you're a big fan of Peaches.
I even just love with, you know, you're not aware of Samus. That's from the Metroid series.
Yeah, I never played this.
The huge, the fact they got a huge shoulder pads in there and everything like that.
We've got a photo of Slutty Peaches.
Oh yeah.
You would have to go for, you know, your sexy time clip every week.
Tell me, is Mega Man the same as Mega Bomberman?
No.
See, I didn't know in that case. I don't know who Mega Man is either. You see,
but it doesn't matter.
But Brandon Bradley from Squatters, do you remember him?
Yep, of course. Yeah.
Great performance again.
Yep, absolutely.
Link and Zelda was great. I thought that was a great dynamic there.
Also Mario and Luigi.
Well, I really enjoyed the rivalry between them because it's something me and my sisters have discussed at great length. Actually, the actual relationship between
Mario and Luigi
and how well or badly they get on. So it was nice to see that brought to life.
Well, they're 12 episodes into 14.
Yep. So there's 2 more to come. Be sure to check out the address of that, which is vgr.atom.com.
Now, yes.
And that's a very social media interactive website as well. If you access them through Facebook and Twitter, then there's a whole ream of extra content. There's backstage bits and pieces, there's a blog, there's all kinds of links and photos that you might want to check out.
You won't find it on YouTube. It is actually exclusive to atom.com.
Yeah. Videogame Reunion is the name of the show, and I enjoyed it. And just read an interview with one of the creators, and they said that the idea for it, originally they had an idea to do a live action version of the Muppets. but played by human beings. And they started making it. They just didn't quite gel the way they put it.
That'd be quite funny.
I can actually see I think they made the right choice going.
I think so. Yeah. But who knows? Maybe we'll see some clips from that one day if they. So
shall we move on to the Bitleys then?
Well,
let's give it. We've got to give it.
Cheers,
I'm going to do a half. Because there's some characters I didn't get some of the jokes.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt a bit left out.
They can't cater to every crowd.
They can't. So it's a half a cheer for me. So I'll do it.
So that's 2.5 cheers.
2.5 cheers. Still a very respectable score for the video game reunion. Well. Now we've got the Bitleys, and have we got a comment?
We've got a comment. Best Doctor Who says some of those guys are madder than Davros with a shopping trolley.
Bobby Davros.
Could Davros actually control a shopping trolley? He needs to have got one of his Daleks to do it for him.
Barry Aldridge was fortunate to have both Nintendo and Sega as a kid.
I hated it. I would have hated you if you were at my school. You have to pick a camp. You can't just sit on the fence.
And my name, Didac Rogers says, this is my first time watching our show. You say we're video game geeks. What games do we play?
Who, us?
Yes.
Well, I've got a Wii, and like Sean said, mine's gathering dust. But I didn't really get into.
I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect 2 at the moment.
Have you? Okay.
Probably the game I played the most out of all games was Elite.
Right.
On my BBC Micro.
My problem with games is that I get stuck on a level and then I just give up.
Yeah.
I want to play the rest. It's like I think Marvel Alliance 2. I can't kill the robot bad girl in New York with the bombs because the bombs keep killing all my characters. So I'm just stuck, and it's like I'd like to play the rest of the game, but there's no way to get past it.
Yeah.
When I was about 16, they were a bit like roller coasters for me. When I was about 16 or 15, I loved them. Like Tomb Raider, I would just run home from school and try and do a bit more of that game. And then I saw they'd re-released it for like PlayStation 2 lately, and I borrowed it off a friend. I played it for about half an hour, and I just felt sick. It actually gave me a headache. I don't know if that's a sign of me getting old or maybe I need a new TV, but it just made me feel absolutely sick. But Mario, I still love it. It's a lot of fun.
Who can't love Mario?
We're not reviewing it this week, but there is a British video game web series called Unlocked.
Something for us to look to.
Indeed, made by some guys in Norwich. Dave Chapman, who's one of the filmmakers of that show.
Yeah.
We're hoping that he might even be in next week to help out on Talking Who, because not only does he make web series about video game geeks, but he's also the head writer of the Doctor Who role-playing game.
Oh, really?
So that'll be interesting discussion about what he does.
Role-play next week, then.
But he does on Talking Who.
Does he? Good. Well, so he'll be a guest host potentially on Who.
Absolutely, yes.
And is there a reason why we need a guest host next week, Ellis?
Because I'll be at the Cannes Film Festival.
The Cannes Film Festival.
Enjoying the sun.
Wow, you get around, man, and big respect to you for that. Are there any films you're looking forward to seeing?
I haven't actually looked at the lineup. Actually, yeah.
But are you going to Centipede 2?
I don't think that will be ready for Cannes.
Hopefully, it will never be ready, judging by how bad the first one was.
They filmed it. It's all ready. They'll probably be releasing it at the end of the year.
Oh my god, the first one was the worst film I've ever seen.
But it did very well.
Are you going to be trying to sell the rights to those video guys while you're over there, or are you going to bring a little DVD?
No, but what I'll try to do is I'll try and grab some interviews with some short filmmakers and maybe Dropbox them to you, and you can show them, hopefully. So you can see me in Cannes, in the sun, with the sea behind me.
So you're going to...
Would you like that?
Yeah. That's almost as bad you say you've got both a Sega and a Nintendo.
So you're going to the Cannes Film Festival with some of the biggest movie stars in the world, and you're going to try and get us some interviews with some short filmmakers.
Well, because short filmmakers is relevant to our show, those video guys.
Short filmmakers, is that like Vern Troyer making a film?
Anyway, our top 5.
Wow, cold. That's cold, Elisa.
Bloodlight Series says, all of us over here play Halo Reach a lot. Do you know that one? Halo?
Yeah. That's Xbox 360. I don't touch Microsoft stuff.
No.
You don't? You've spoken out quite openly against them in recent weeks.
Yes.
Guys, time for the Bitleys top 5.
As
I said, it's a little bit different this week. Yep, a little bit different this week.
Carry on the computer game theme with all these live action computer games. You can see... And we're going to go on to the first one, which is... This is Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
I don't know what it was, sir. It seemed to be some kind of man. Some kind of Pac-Man.
you go, live action Pac-Man.
Live action Pac-Man. Is there anything you can say about that? I don't know. It's kind of funny.
It takes a while to actually get into the Pac-Man-esque part of it.
Yeah.
He's just the guy in a leather jacket up until this point, really, when he's getting chased by the ghosts.
I was a bit annoyed because I guessed what the final joke would be. With, can we say it?
No, well, people discover it for themselves.
Yeah.
Watch it, yeah.
Watch it. We'll be linking to all the videos that we watch on our various blogs and web pages. ThoseVideoGuys.tv is our website. Follow us on Twitter at ThoseVideoGuys. Subscribe to us on YouTube.com/ThoseVideoGuysTV. And like us on Facebook. We are Those Video Guys.
This is But News number 4, and this one is a takeoff of the famous
Namco
beat 'em up, punch 'em up, Tekken.
In order for Kazuya to extract the remaining devil gene, he must come into physical contact with Jin.
After Kazuya put a price on Jin's head, he announced the King of Iron Fist tournament. Does Kazuya know about this?
No, but it's exactly what he wanted. Though I suspect Jin may have something up his sleeve.
The two of you are being placed under custody. We're aware that you have information regarding Kazuya's whereabouts.
I think you got the wrong guys.
What do you think of that? So,
you know what?
Like a movie version of Tekken.
What makes this Tekken is the hairstyles.
Yes.
That was the defining thing, wasn't it?
It's the hairstyles. That's just brilliant.
To be fair, excellent attention to those hairstyles.
But some good, some good action.
Tekken, was that one of the first games on the PlayStation 2?
No, on PlayStation was like the first on
PlayStation 1.
Basically, the Sega released the Saturn, and they had Virtua Fighting.
Okay.
So on the PlayStation, Namco did Tekken, and Tekken ended up beating Virtua Fighting, and it's very much between Tekken.
But was it
and
the first one to sort of stop doing the very flat fighting and sort of try and go to more 3D?
Virtual Fighter on the Saturn in the arcades. That was the first one, but they were all very blocky. And
yes, that's right.
Whereas Tekken was the first one to use kind of like more realistic graphics. And it was very, very.
Well, I mean
very
that
popular.
To me but that video is all about the hairstyles. Watch it for the hairstyles. Tekken is all about the hair.
Okay, now we're going to see what happens if in live action Mario was to cross with Grand Theft Auto.
I've got your woman.
Help me, Mario!
Bring me the coins, or you'll never see Peach again.
Shit just got real. Here's the cash, you reptile.
I'm sorry, boys. The princess is in another castle.
It's a trap!
What are we gonna do? Every lowlife in the Mushroom Kingdom is on his payroll.
I wonder if you could beat Bowser with 2 extra lives.
So there you go, Grand Theft Mario.
We've had a look at that one before, haven't we? That video.
We did. We didn't actually get a chance to review it.
Yeah.
But
that's really good. Isn't it?
I really enjoyed it.
Do you know what the technical term for that is?
Machinima.
Well, it's kind of like mechanical anime or something like that. It's supposed to be where they take a computer game engine and then do their own voices for it. So and it's very popular with anime.
Was this the Grand Theft Auto engine then?
I think that looked to me like using the Grand Theft Auto engine.
Yeah.
But I just love the thing of Mario and Luigi being done as proper Italian.
Yeah, they're making the most of their Italian heritage.
And that I felt worked really well. And
of course, Toad is just really a nick.
That's my video of the week, by the way, incidentally. Number 2, Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda.
7 years in the past. Find me again. 7 years past.
There you go, the trailer for Legend of Zelda.
I have to say, I never played Zelda as a kid or grown up. And
you haven't lived.
Have I not?
Have I not? That's like saying you've never watched Doctor Who or you've never had sex.
And I have to say, I only played Zelda for the first time a couple of years ago with the first Zelda Wii game, and it was amazing. It was such a great game. And I kind of wish I'd played it before, actually.
Really? When you were a child.
But of course, that fan trailer, it's all about the costume, isn't it? It's him getting changed, putting on the green costume.
But it's also doing it.
But it looks
interesting
fabulous.
is they've really grunged it up.
Yeah.
Because Zelda, when you play the game, it's
very clean
colours. Yeah. It's very clean. It's very just lines and colour.
And of course, medieval would be dirty.
Yeah,
medieval would be dirty.
I would say that kind of thing, a bit like the Mortal Kombat trailer, which we're going to get onto.
We certainly are in a minute.
I always feel it's like Christopher Nolaning it up, like what he did to Batman, where they take something comic-y and they make it gritty and realistic.
But that looks like a real trailer.
The way that it looks like a real thing. Yeah. You could actually say, if this was a TV series, I'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if that came on like after Doctor Who and it said, coming soon to BBC One.
Yeah.
Zelda the series.
I'd be excited anyway.
But
Zelda.
But actually, it's surprising there isn't a Zelda the series.
I think there was an anime series. The interesting thing though, Zelda is actually the princess. The character you saw there getting changed. His name is Link.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it anything like Final Fantasy? Or
yes, but Final Fantasy, but without all the stats. It's kind of like very much down to more the action playing, but all the storyline and the characters. And
when I got a PlayStation, I bought Final Fantasy and played it for about 3 hours and didn't get anything out of that at all.
Barely scratched the surface.
Well, I know.
Barely scratched the surface.
But how much not much fun do you have to have? How much not fun do you have to have before you can have fun? That's why I play a video game, to enjoy myself. Not to...
I've had many, many, many hours of fun with Final Fantasy.
I was playing Grand Theft Auto before and I was stuck in traffic. Where's the fun in that?
You get out and you beat somebody.
You didn't get dragged out of your car by someone, eh?
No, not for a while, I didn't.
Now, if there's one computer game I have no fun with, it's Angry Birds. I've tried it once or twice. I'm like, what the hell is this about? So let's go on to our final bitly of...
Then what? Let's just call it our secret weapon. The government's been developing it for years.
It's just a slingshot.
Don't you ever call it just a slingshot.
Billions of dollars in R&D. This will change modern warfare as we know it.
Good God.
Blue for multiples, black for stones, yellow for distance, and white when you're in a bind.
Take the shot. Target's not clear. Doesn't matter. But sir, the target's not... Take the shot, soldier. Penetrable fortresses made of wood.
I hate Angry Birds, but this was funny. But
this was funny. This was funny. It was a good joke.
Where is Angry Birds? That's the game that comes with the iPad. Is that
it's
right?
It's the iPhone, iPad.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's obviously became the biggest selling game, I think, of all time.
I thought it was like is it not a free game that comes with the iPad?
No, you get a free version which gives you a certain amount of levels, but then you pay for it and you get all the unlocked levels.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So that's the thing you can do with the iPhone is you can actually do. Going back to the old days of PC where you'd got the shareware first level, and then you.
It's better.
No, it's not. Those days of the PC, you got the shareware first level. If you liked it, then you'd buy the whole game.
You've got 3 levels of Doom with the shareware.
Yes, that's right.
So they lure you in for free and then they jack up the price.
Well, isn't that
59p.
Isn't that nice?
I think
everyone's
going
to try something out and see if you actually like it.
That is great.
It's a great
59p for a video game is pretty good.
Or 99 cents in America.
But think how much Tetris was.
And you times that by the millions around the world who can download it.
Yeah.
And you've got a good business model.
They must have made millions of pounds.
So those birds are actually quite happy now.
So that was Angry Birds, the film trailer.
Yes.
I'm sure they've got quite a nice... I can't even bother to go there with that joke. Okay.
Mortal Kombat!
Elizar, well, you guys seem quite excited.
Mortal Kombat!
Is that a Mortal Kombat? That was, Mortal Kombat.
Finish him!
YouTube.com/machinima. Is that how you say it? We were wondering about that earlier. It's a new series. It's a new TV series, really.
It's a web series. It is
a web series, but it's produced by Warner Brothers and posted on an indie YouTube channel.
Most of the people working on it and writing it, directing it, worked on the TV series Dollhouse.
Right.
You've got Jerry Lynn Ryan.
For 7 of 9 from
Star Trek.
Yeah, I know you liked her.
Oh, who didn't like her?
Well, to me, actually, Elazar, she's a poor man's Claudia Christian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you know,
how poor do you have to be?
Not that poor. To be fair.
You've also got Tomo Pennicott.
Unless we get an interview with her.
Battlestar
Galactica, indeed.
And Dollhouse. And look, I mean, this is like a really professionally put together.
But I think what is we can discuss it later. But
let's have a look.
Let's have a look at the trailer.
Yeah, we've got a. If we can find the trailer for Mortal Kombat.
Maybe we haven't got a trailer for it. Have we got another clip of it or not?
No.
Okay, well let's go back to live screen and we can just tell you all about it.
We've got this clip of Jerry Ryan with all like CGI on her face. And
okay, well, shame about that clip didn't work.
But please do check it out on youtube.com/machinima.
Well, it looks good. You know, we can tell you it looks good.
I mean, this one actually looks like a TV series, so they've obviously got a budget. It is made by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I said
and
that.
of course, what is amazing, because it's not Warner Brothers haven't put it on their own website, their own YouTube page. They've actually given it to another channel.
Well, I think that's the whole point, really. I think this is what could be. You know, this could be a good thing or a bad thing, but part of the future of internet shows. And what we're going to see with we've already had, for want of a better word, the amateur filmmakers, the people trying to break into the industry or show their talent, making stuff for free on the internet. Now that there's an audience out there, this is where we're going to start having the film companies and the big business going, oh, there's a market here, there's an audience here, how can we exploit it? And a few years back, if you were releasing a computer game or a comic series or something like that, and you wanted to drum up interest, you'd have to buy advertising space or whatever. What a perfect way to introduce fans and your core market to characters, then create an internet show and put it out there for them to watch for free
and
get interested in it.
And they've ignored the previous films and the previous TV series, and they've just sort of rebooted from the start. But focusing what appears to be originally on Sonya Blade, but then actually going to Johnny Cage in the 3rd episode. But the Sonya Blade episodes, which was episode 1 and 2, are just incredible action. I mean, it really does look like high quality television.
We've got a little photo here. I mean, it's even as a fan of Mortal Kombat, when they introduced the guy who's Kano, and they're doing all the stuff with those robotic eyes.
Yeah.
If you were a fan of the original computer game like I was, you knew straight away, you knew where it was going to go up like that. He's going to end up with one of those in his face and everything.
And Sonya Blade's fellow police guy, he's Jax. So he's going to lose his arms.
Lose his arms and get metal arms at some point.
But I thought the problem. When it went into the 3rd episode, you had the Johnny Cage story, and suddenly there was a complete change of pace because it suddenly became comedy. And I thought it kind of, for me, it slightly lost it there. It's like, let's stick with Sonya Blade. This is actually quite an interesting character.
You might say that, but Mortal Kombat's a beat-em-up game, so you choose different characters. They've got a whole slew of characters.
And different personalities,
so
each one.
What this show's probably about, really, is, although you might think it's a good drama, ultimately what it is, it's an advert.
Yes,
it's a bit like the He-Man cartoons of the 80s. They're trying to sell a game to you, and they want to introduce you to all the characters. So you'll probably find that ultimately, although it started off concentrating on the first two as Sonya Blade, I'll bet by the time you watched all the episodes, each one of the characters in the game
like a 2-episode story arc.
Equal screen time to introduce you to, and there's another one coming out just like this, being done by Felicia Day at the moment, around Dragon Age, BioWare. So although Warner's are the first ones out the gate, they're not the only ones to have picked this up. So I think we're going to see more. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some comic companies doing it, or more computer game companies, to introduce characters to an audience and to get them interested in their product.
Warner Brothers have clearly put some money into it, though. They've clearly got a budget for that.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's 6 to 7 million.
But for Warner Brothers, it's still going to be low budget compared to...
For Warner Brothers it is, but
for the web series...
Our web series will be able to compete with that.
Compared to an advertising campaign of television adverts, how much would it cost to have done a television advert and book advertising space? This is doing a television advert effectively that you want to watch,
and it had millions of hits within the first 48 hours.
We'll keep on coming back to watch, And probably this is costing the same as producing an advert without having to pay for the advertising space.
Vampirism Bites series has actually watched the 4th episode, which I don't think we've seen yet.
I haven't seen that.
He said this week's episode was Mylena and Katana, and was mostly animated to show backstory that they couldn't afford to produce live.
Interesting.
Interesting. But they could afford to do animation.
So, yeah.
Interesting. We'll have to check that out.
But, you know, it is well made. But on the first 2 episodes, it's great. To me, the 3rd episode kind of let it down a bit. And, of course, the 3rd episode, suddenly, they got shy about the language. And after having, you know, F words in the first 2 episodes, suddenly they just...
What shocked me was that they were like... It was one of those things, a bit like watching Spartacus the series, where it goes beyond people just swearing naturally to create some realism, where people are swearing non-stop, where you just think...
And then in the 3rd episode, they just blanked it out, despite the fact that they had all the F words in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Suddenly they decided they didn't want those anymore. But of course, everyone's been swearing throughout the whole episode. So there's a whole lot of...
Maybe they got some complaints with the first 2.
Maybe they did, but then, you know, it's not a kids' series. Mortal Kombat is not a kids' game. It
wasn't a kids' game.
It's a violent game.
Yeah,
you know. And so you've got violence in the show. Why is that any worse than the swearing? And you know, this is Warner Brothers. I think they can afford to bring the actors back and do ADR and change the words rather than just blank them out. You know.
But you know, a good show with a lot of potential, a lot of money behind it, and it's obviously going to be doing a lot of different things as well. Like we said, part animated, live action, great special effects, a lot of CGI, good storyline, a lot of characters. It's a great show, and it's the future of the internet.
Not necessarily, though. I don't mean as in the future, as in the way I think the internet should go.
But is it the way that...
the way we are going to see a very... I think it's actually more the future, less of the internet, as of the future of advertising. I think you're going to see a lot of advertising going that way in the future.
Yeah.
And for that reason...
We are very available to have an advert right here, anyone.
Yes.
Indeed.
Mortal Kombat presents those videos.
We're very happy to have Jerry Lynn Ryan right here.
Indeed. Well, she's welcome on the show. If you're watching, Jerry, and I assume you are, then, you know, come by next week. Elazar's in Cannes. There'll be another chair here.
Another chair just for you.
Come on in. I always thought you were good.
Or you can sit here when Elazar's...
Okay, Sean, there's no need for that, thank you.
But, you know, it's a good series. I'm looking forward to watching more episodes anyway.
Cool, well, I didn't like it. You guys can claim it. Good, okay, so that brings us on to our Q&A section of the week, where we talk about interesting things that have happened on or around the internet over the last 7 days. The first one of which was the Royal Wedding.
Oh, yes, that streamed live.
Indeed, it streamed live on YouTube Live.
On YouTube Live, indeed. It was also on live. It was actually on quite a few live places. And potentially, I think it might have broken certain box office as far as live streaming programs.
I can well believe it. Well, the whole front page of YouTube and YouTube.com
had just been the wedding for like 2 or 3 weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Just like tune in, tune in, tune in.
But did you see, my cousin introduced me to a video that was taken after the wedding of a vicar so overcome by joy at the event that he did a couple of cartwheels down the aisle after the wedding when he thought everyone had like gone. Did you see that? Or?
No, not at all.
I don't think that was for real.
No, I think honestly, I think it was.
Are you sure that wasn't from the T-Mobile advert?
Yeah, it's not the one where it's not the fake one where it's all the lookalikes dancing out the door.
Because I'm sure someone does cartwheels in the T-Mobile advert. You sure it wasn't the T-Mobile advert, but shot from a different angle, which wasn't used in the final cut? And T-Mobile just leaked it out there.
I'm not sure now. You said. No, I think it is real. I think it was like the Archbishop of Durham or something. But I will find it and I will tweet it if I can find that video. I put a video on YouTube of something I saw in New Orleans, which was a guy setting fire to a piano, and then carrying on playing while the flames sort of burnt around him. And within a day and a half, it had got 2,000 hits. And I was like, wow, I think it's gone viral. I think I'm going to make a fortune from this video. Then I went onto the Insight page on YouTube, and about 1,900 of the hits had come from one site, statin911.com, and I followed the link, and it's a retired fireman who basically scours the net looking for fire safety regulations, and he put the video up with the heading, "Absolutely brilliant, the most stupid video I have ever seen. This is a disgrace." But it got me 2,000 hits in about a day and a half.
I once took a picture of my cats on my BlackBerry and put it on my Twitter account, and I still don't know how. I've got 800 followers on Twitter. If I take a picture and put it on my Twitter account, it gets 100, 200 hits. But a picture of my two cats sitting next to each other got 10,000 hits. And I don't know how that actually happened. I always wonder if it got linked to some other...
Cats are popular.
People are always going to love cats.
We need to produce our own cat videos so that we can actually get more Twitter followers.
Maybe we do actually. We need to get the tech guy. What was his name? We had him in the chat room last week. Paul.
Yes, the animation with the cat.
The guy who played them.
Paul Klussman, the engineer. Yes,
he could help us with that. He's the expert on cat videos. And also, we've got a couple of minutes left. The White House Correspondents' Dinner. Did either of you guys see that at all?
No, I didn't. No,
it was basically the Barack Obama roast of Donald Trump.
Right. Yes.
And Barack Obama, he has got a career as a stand-up comedian if he wants one. Incredible delivery, and again, I think this used to be like quite a private event. It was basically the president of the USA would give us a special dinner for the media and various journalists of the country, and I think it was a fairly low-key affair.
I've just got to break in here.
Okay.
Somebody's just put Elazar. This will be interesting. Somebody's just put in the message board that after the first 2 episodes of Mortal Kombat kept on getting flagged for language on YouTube, they've put 2 versions now of the episodes out.
A censored and an uncensored version.
And one without swearing.
So, but who's actually going to bother flagging Mortal Kombat?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's Mortal Kombat, and they do quite clearly put TV 14, no one under 14 on the front.
I'm sure there's people who walk back to the HMV store with their copy of the Human Centipede going, this film was disgusting.
You're obsessed with that film, Sean. Is there something you want to tell us?
Just because I watched the South Park.
If you were someone who actually who flagged up Mortal Kombat, write to us and tell us why Mortal Kombat gets flagged. Because presumably you've played the game and you've gone around cutting people's heads off in fatalities. How is that any worse?
Maybe they did babalities. Do you remember the babalities?
No.
In Mortal Kombat 3, you could do a fatality and kill them, or you could do a babality, which you turn them into a little baby.
Interesting. I don't remember that. Was that a cheat?
No, that was in Mortal Kombat 3. They had babalities.
Cool. Well, anyway, check out. We're just about out of time, but check out the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Barack Obama does basically a 20-minute stand-up comedy routine, and it's actually funnier than the guest speaker they got from Saturday Night Live. And he absolutely roasted Donald Trump,
and quite deservedly so.
Yeah, and put his campaign for presidency to rest before it had even begun. Hopefully, guys, we are all on Twitter.
There you go.
This is our social media site.
Twitter
at Those Video Guys, Facebook.com/Those Video Guys, and YouTube.com/Those Video Guys TV.
And the website address, if you want to have a look at our website, here it goes.
ThoseVideoGuys.tv. And
finally, you can follow us all on Twitter. You can read our tweet. My God, I can barely read that.
John Atkins III is mine. Sean Harry is Sean Harry, and Elazar Cabrera is Ellie Cab.
You can see, I cannot see Elazar's at all.
Too much white, is it?
It's too much white. Yes, the other way.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Either way.
You go. You can see
Ellie Cab.
There's Ellie Cab.
Gang, it doesn't matter. Just follow us. That's all we're trying to say, guys. We will be back in about. Well, you two will be back in about 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes for
Talking Who, where we're going to look at the second episode of the new series.
Indeed,
plus, what else? Anything good?
Plus, we're looking at the Seeds of Doom.
Yeah.
Stay in the chat room if you're going to watch Talking Who. We'll still be in the chat room.
Oh, and Matthew wants to know where can we watch Talking Alf. So there was demand for it, Elazar. You tried to tell me no one wanted to know about it. I think you've just been deleting my emails. Talking Alf will be starting very, very soon, exclusively
Can we
to
do
ITV.
Talking Scooby-Doo?
Talking Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
Thank you, Elizabeth. Guys, we're wrapping up now. We'll be back in 15 minutes with Talking Who. Myself and Sean will be back next week, and Elazar will be back in a fortnight. Goodbye.